Davy VTV, and I'm here with Brendan Carter, who by now many of you have seen the video. Very disturbing video that was posted to YouTube. It's also on my channel, Davy VTV, showing this young man being not only profiled, singled out for dancing at a $50 million state-funded, taxpayer-funded public bus station, transit station here in Rochester, New York. And Brendan Carter, thank you for coming on Davy VTV, man. And
thank you.
First and foremost, as somebody who's been doing this for a long time, over 20 years, and seen victim after victim of police abuse and police misconduct and corruption here in Rochester, New York, I'm sorry for what happened to you, my brother. Can you take me a little bit to, you know, exactly what brought you even to the bus station? And I'm gonna let you kind of flow with and tell the people exactly your side, bro.
Well, basically the day started off. I went to see my people, my family, my uncles, nephews, nieces. You know, I decided to say I need to go see my uncle today because, you know, he was in the hospital. So I proceeded to head up to RTS, you know, transit station to catch the bus. And I just went in with a little emotion, but it just kind of hurted me deeply. So to keep me from crying and get emotional, you know, as a man. So I just listened to my music, the vibe to it. And I walk in there and it's totally empty besides me and another guy and a female that was with him. And so I proceeded to do my little vibe and listen to my music. And while I'm headed to my bus, I get approached by security guards very aggressively. I mean, over aggressive. And when they approached me, they did not approach me with concern or care. They immediately tell me I have to leave the supremacies of the RTS transit. So I decided to ask him, for what? Oh, because you're intoxicated. No, you don't know if I'm intoxicated because you don't know what I'm going through. Just because somebody may smell like something or you may assume it doesn't mean that it's true, which made me upset. And then I was forcibly grabbed a few times, which kind of angered me, but I kept my hands to myself. As you can see, I never try to fight anybody, give anybody any physical contact. I was just trying to explain what I was doing at the bus station with the bus pass to go see my uncle at the hospital. And then it kind of exceeded a little bit more, which they called the officer and he's coming, and I'm thinking he's going to give me at least take me to the side to de-escalate the situation. But he enhances it with his aggressiveness of his approach, which made me feel even less of a man, which I can't even explain my rights to an officer of the law of the state who's there to protect the people and the citizens.
To protect and serve everyone, not to protect the state, which is basically, not to interrupt you, but I want to clear something. I want to clear a couple things up real quick.
All right.
First of all, whether you had a beer, whether you had 2 beers, the thing that they did is this, and I want to just say this real quick. A lot of people don't understand that for the police or any form of individuals in a position of authority, like, and I'm not sure if you know this, my brother, part of the people that abused you and violated your rights that day at the RTS bus station in downtown Rochester were not only former retired members of the Rochester Police Department, a current Rochester police officer, but also Homeland Security was involved in that.
Really?
If you notice some of the vests that say GAS on the video, those individuals are funded by the federal government, and they are an arm. They are an extension of Homeland Security. So in essence, as you know, much as I hate to tell you this, you were abused by several branches of law enforcement, whether local, the RPD, private, the RTS, or federal, Homeland Security. And real quick, you hit it perfect when you said the police are there to protect and serve.
That's
not to protect and serve state and private entities.
Or not to just assume or assumptions.
Exactly. So I'm sorry, but I wanted to clear that up because one of the most disturbing parts, and I know there's haters, and I know there's people that they're so much supporting the police and bootlickers, like we call them, that they want to find and grasp at any reason. Oh, yeah, you smell the alcohol. It is irrelevant. This is a free country. The video does not show at all whatsoever any kind of violence, aggression, threatening behavior on your man. In fact, it shows you walking away. You were
Avoiding
walking away
confrontation.
to
Avoiding
leave
the
when this
confrontation.
officer came in. I'm sorry, my brother. Take it from when this officer comes in the scene and literally, instead of defusing, something that I've criticized him for years for not doing,
All right.
instead of de-escalating and using certain skills, which, I've always said, my brother said this a long time ago, the police should have more social worker kind of skills. And that may sound a little crazy. What that means is talk to people like they're people. Respect goes both ways.
Right.
Approach them in a respectful
Right.
manner. Like you said earlier off camera, before we started this interview, you said, Davy, what really bothered me is he could have came to me and said, sir, excuse me, can you step to the side here?
Correct.
Can you tell me what's going on? He went, like Drake say, he went from 0 to 100 real quick.
Really quick.
Now you take it on from the point that really disturbs a lot of the viewers, not the cop defenders and cop apologists, but the true people that realize the injustice is happening to men of color in this country. You take it from when he pulled out the taser. Actually, take it from when you were walking trying to walk out of there peacefully, with your hands up, and no form of aggressive manner, and you see this officer coming at you.
Right. Well, as you can see in the video, it's everywhere. I'm in YouTube. You can see as they approached me and they surrounded me, I specifically turned around, trying to avoid them confrontation, and went the other way to leave and exit. And as I'm leaving, I assumed that the officer was going to approach me with a little bit of concern for me as a citizen, saying what was the disturbance. But as he walks up to me aggressively, I can just see his body language, how he's moving. I immediately say, sir, what's the problem? And he tells me to put my hands behind my back because I'm under arrest. You can't be under arrest for something that you did not commit a crime for. Is dancing committing a crime? No.